Well, hello everyone. Hope everybody's having a good day today. Well, so the top of my radiator blowed off today on my husband when he was driving to Hempstead to go to court. Yep. Crazy. And then our landlord informs my son that he thinks he's going to build the buildings that he had worked a deal out with my husband on his own. So yeah, needless to say, sometime in the very, very near future, like a couple of weeks from now, we will no longer be living in Rogers, Texas. We are going to be putting our stuff in storage, and we are going to stay with some friends in Belton, and start saving money to go home. That's exactly what we're going to do. To hell with Texas. If I offend anybody, I'm sorry, but Texas has been anything but kind to us since we come to this godforsaken place. I'm sick of it. Got my belly full. I'm ready to go home.
Fuck Texas.
That's
why that song says all my exes live in Texas.
Yeah.
Exes are shitty.
So, if you go on my Facebook page, you'll see pictures of this pretty little dog. Her name was Snuggles. We moved to Texas, had her 8 years, and now she's gone. She passed away on us in Texas. So, my husband had a wreck. I lost my dog. We've been through pure hell. So, let me just tell you, anybody out there that's living any kind of decent life, wherever you are, don't just pick up everything and haul ass and go somewhere else thinking grass is greener on the other side, because I'm here to tell you, a lot of times you're going to come to realize you were way better off where you were with what you had. Texas is expensive. Work is not plentiful in Texas, so don't let nobody lie to you and tell you that. It's dry heat out here.
There's a bunch of liars.
Cigarettes cost more in Texas if you smoke. I'm a smoker.
Dip costs more
if you dip. My son's a dipper. Yeah. So you live and you learn. And I'm here to tell you, I am 45 years old, or I will be the 27th in 6 more days. Woohoo! Yay. It would be simply, totally awesome if I could go home for my birthday. That would be the only birthday present I could ever wish for. I miss my kids. I miss my family. I miss my home. I miss my security.
She's homesick.
I want to go home. And I won't miss Texas at all. I don't know if all of Texas is this way, but
Central Texas is a bitch.
Where we're at, I don't hate Texas, but I don't like Texas. I've had a sinus infection ever since we've been here. Just the bad outweighs the good. Just, like I said, I'm not trying to offend anybody. Life throws different things at you all through life, and you have to pick and choose and find the route to take. And as I said in my other video, we didn't come to Texas running from anything. My dad passed away Christmas 2015. Then my mom passed away February 17th, 2017. I think more than anything, coming to Texas, I was trying to find myself. I didn't have to come to Texas to find myself. I know who I am and what I am. And I just want to go home. I want to work and live out the rest of my life and be happy. And for those of you out there that wonder if we will ever leave South Carolina again like this, well, I'm not going to tell you that I won't ever try to go live somewhere else again. But I'll tell you this. It won't be because I be wondering if the grass is greener on the other side or, I don't know. We've been discussing that possibly maybe we might sometime venture around Conway, which ain't too far from our land. It's still South Carolina. See what we can find there. Maybe a little bit closer to the beach. I still wouldn't mind. I told my husband I still wouldn't mind trying, maybe possibly, if things happen and we get in a position to where we can, maybe trying to move to Georgia. I love Georgia. Georgia's amazing. It's beautiful there. And I know there's plenty of work in Georgia. I get emails all the time about jobs in Georgia. And if I lived in Georgia, with all the stores and stuff that are around Georgia, there's plenty of retail merchandising companies there that I could go to work for. I moved back to South Carolina. I am going to attempt to try and transfer my job with Driveline back to South Carolina. And I am also going to try to get my job back with Advantage. I will be speaking with my supervisor that I worked for when I lived in South Carolina and see if I can get my job back there. And I will work for both. And if I can't do that, there's plenty of retail merchandising companies. I just, that's home. We own that, and nobody can tell us to leave. So that's a little safety net and a little bit of security for us. It's not a bad place. We own a single wide trailer on an acre of land. And yeah, I know a lot of people don't like mobile homes, but it's ours. It's a right pretty trailer. It's decent. We've done a lot of work on it, and we plan on continuing to do work on it, maybe even add on to it. I just want to go home. I regret moving out here and, bringing everything out here, but I don't regret coming to Texas. It has been a learning experience. I just wish we would have came out here and visited like we did and went back home and stayed home. But I have met some pretty nice people. I've met some asses, but I've met some pretty nice people. And there's asses everywhere, so it doesn't matter where you're at. You're always going to find an ass. It's just one of those things. It's something that we tried. It doesn't seem to work out for us. We don't feel like it's in our best interest to continue to live in Texas. We've decided that we would be better off, and it's best for us to go back home. Not only I feel this way, but so does my husband. I have felt this way longer than he has, but, it is what it is. The house that we live in now, the man that owns it, when we first came to talk to him, he seemed like a really nice guy. He lives straight across the street from us. My husband and he and my brother-in-law talked about building this building because he's wanting a shed for his big pontoon boat. And originally, so originally the agreement was to knock, or he was going to pay them $600. So we were going to have him to knock $300 off our rent, and then, or he could knock the $600 off our rent, and I pay my brother-in-law, or he could knock $300 off our rent, and he could pay my brother-in-law $300. But then he wasn't too okay with, having to pay $600 to have a 12-foot tall. I don't know exactly how long it was. It's a pretty big building. I mean, you guys kind of know what a pontoon boat looks like. But then he wanted to start getting lower and lower and lower. And then the other day, he spoke with my husband about also building a 14-foot building beside of the 12-foot one for his big old camper. And on my other channel, on the video, you can watch, I did a little thing of video in the neighborhood here. You can see about how big his camper is. And so last night they were talking, and my brother-in-law came up with a solution, since he's such a tightwad, that they would build both buildings for $1,000. And so they were trying to decipher whether the landlord take $1,000 off the rent and then me pay my brother-in-law, or how they were going to do that. Well, today he decides that, he can't afford to pay them to build those buildings, so he's going to build it himself. You know what? That's fine, because I want to go home anyway, and this just opens the door to make it possibly happen sooner. So, yeah, just wanted you to know it's another day in fucked up Texas for the Branson family, and it's just another day making us want to hurry up and go home. So, yeah, Texas is shit in my book. So, yeah. Y'all have a good evening.